My name is Dwayne Chapman, and I'm actually building my AFFA agency out of the beautiful state of Florida. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to just to speak with you all about how I got why I saw or what I saw in AFFA, because we always like to share a little bit, as the presenters come and share information. But like a lot of you all, I got swept up in the mission, in the cause, in the crusade against cancer when I first heard about AFFA from a friend of mine for several years. There's some information, and it caught my attention because both my parents are cancer survivors. So I was automatically intrigued, and myself personally, I've been in the health and wellness space for like the last 6 or 7 years as a personal user of health and wellness, and just as someone that's always wanting to help other people get healthier, be healthier. And when I found out about the genetic cancer testing and the fact that this can be on the way of giving us some predictive information, wow, it was phenomenal. I saw an opportunity to get information for myself and my brothers and my sister. Okay, and then I realized that it's beyond that, because if I have if I have a gene that could mutate to become cancerous, okay, then there's a chance that I might pass that on to my daughters. Okay, and me and my wife, we have two daughters, and then there's a chance that if we pass it on to them, that they can have the same genetic makeup and pass it on to their daughters, to my unborn granddaughters. So I saw it as an opportunity to really get a head start against some things that once again my family on both sides has battled with. And then when I found out about the compensation, the amount of income that we can actually earn from doing this, it was just absolutely phenomenal. So what I'm going to do today, family, is share with you all, because I know we have some people that are brand new that's looking just to find out what this AFFA is all about. We have some people that haven't made a decision yet. We have some people that are in. We have some people that have been here and just seeing the process just unfold for the last few months. But here's the great thing, folks. Right where we are right now is the absolute perfect and best time to take a look and to get yourself positioned, because we are right at the cusp. So many great things are happening with AFFA, and we're going to give a quick update at the end. But we're right at the space where the company is set to launch off and to just have all systems go. And when you see what it is that we're talking about, I'm sure that you'll agree that if you're looking for an opportunity to make an above average income by helping other people, then this is something you definitely want to take a look at, and hopefully bless some others. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just move right along with our presentation for this evening. And those of you all that are on the webinar, of course, you all could see it. Others, you could hear it. But definitely just stay tuned, because this is some life-changing information, both physically and financially. So AFFA, who are we? And that's what we're going to talk about. Who we are, what we do, and how we get compensated. So it's important for you all to know that AFFA, what we are, once again, American Family Financial Association, LLC. We're an organization of advocates, and we're dedicated to helping Americans receive the genetic cancer screening tests. Okay? Now, here's what we do understand is that because of where we are and just getting started in this genetic cancer testing, we wanted to make sure that we can have a hub and a place where actually our advocates can come and meet up and get information, get supplies, get training. And we have a beautiful corporate office in San Antonio, Texas, and once a month the corporate office does hold open houses and trainings, live trainings, and you get a chance to meet some of the folks that's making things happen in front of and behind the scenes, such as our founder and CEO, Mr. Irvin Gilbert. And Mr. Gilbert, this gentleman actually has over 30 years of experience in the insurance space and in the Medicare space. So he is perfectly equipped to help us to engineer ourselves and navigate ourselves through the Medicare field which is a key component of what our program is. But you're welcome to come down to San Antonio, Texas, meet Mr. Urban Gilbert, a visionary, an incredible leader, and other folks like our founding member, Ms. Sharifa McConnell, or our master builder, okay, Mr. Stan Williams, or some of our leadership council team members. All right, just making an incredible thing happen. Too many to name, but I want to thank all of our leadership council members that's out there just doing the thing to help us to move everything forward. Okay, and here's the thing about the genetic cancer test, because that's who we are, AFFA. What we do is we actually are advocates, once again, helping to educate the public regarding the genetic cancer testing. And how do we do that? We're out in the community. We're interacting with folks. And it's just incredible, because I, for one, would not have known about this had it not been for a friend of mine that told me, that let me in on it. And then when I found out what it was all about and the potential, because we really believe that these tests can help to save lives. Man, it was all systems go. So I'm so thankful that somebody thought enough about me to tell me. And we want to let everybody know that AFFA LLC is not an employee of Medicare. Okay, we don't have a contract with Medicare. However, these genetic cancer screening tests, they are covered under Medicare Part B, and we actually help Medicare beneficiaries see if they can pre-qualify. Okay, so once again, this test is a predictive test. It doesn't tell you if you have cancer. That's not what it does. It actually takes a look at your DNA, your gene structure, and just identifies if you have certain genes that can possibly mutate to become cancerous. We also want to let you know that not everyone with a cancer-related gene will develop cancer. So this is not a scare tactic, folks. They say knowledge is power, and then they correct that and say applied knowledge is power. We want to give people the knowledge so that they can apply it and have the power to hopefully get ahead of cancers, especially if there's something that runs in your family. Okay, and just think about this, folks. Scientists can use the information that we gather. Without us, they might not have this information. They can use this information that we gather and utilize it with science and technology and all the different consultations and things they do on the medical side to help to ultimately, hopefully help to combat and ultimately stop the mutation of cancer in families. And this is so important, because we all understand prevention is the key. We had a young lady on last week and our last call that talked about the fact that many people do not find out about preventative until after the fact, until their cancer is stage 4. And she found out and was diagnosed at stage 4, and just talks about how important these tests are. So once again, these tests can actually determine a person's risk of developing up to 8 different cancer types. Now, with this information, just imagine that now our clients can begin to create a strategies that they're going to use to reduce developing 1 or more of these 8 cancers. Everyone is different. We're not here to give you medical advice. No, that medical advice is going to come from the information that you get through taking these tests, guys. So the AFFA, we are not medical professionals. We're out there educating people in a very compliant way, okay, about this information so that they can arm themselves. And that's what's so phenomenal. Okay, now, who should consider this type of testing? Well, first of all, if you currently have cancer, if you've had a cancer personally, then you would definitely want to be considered for this test. Okay, and you would be considered someone that has a personal history of cancer. Okay, so we have people that have personal histories. Then we have another group of folks that might not personally have cancer. However, those people might have different relatives in their family that have cancer, like first-degree relatives, mother, father, brothers, sisters, or they might have a certain type of cancer that runs in one side of their family. Or they might have a cluster of cancers, like such as breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colorectal or pancreatic cancers. Okay, you might be someone or know someone that has a family member and that family member has more than one type of cancers. Okay, so there's various reasons why people would want to get this testing done. You might want to get this test done, or a client of yours might want to get this testing done if you have close relatives that have cancers that are linked to different hereditary cancer syndromes. Also, there's certain ethnicities that have a higher rate of developing certain types of cancers. Like Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry is linked to ovarian breast cancer. Okay, so there's different reasons why people would want to get this testing, and understand, okay, whether it's inherited or not, cancer is a genetic disease, and decoding the DNA can actually help the scientists and doctors to better diagnose, treat, and manage. Once again, this is about prevention, family, and we're an agent in that, and that is so awesome. Now, major question is, who pays for the test? And the answer is that Medicare insurance will pay for the genetic screening test that we offer. Okay? And under Medicare, there are certain Medicare plans that qualify. The plans that you see on the screen: Medicare only, Aetna, Medicare PPO, United Healthcare PPO, AARP, HMO, and PPO, Cigna, Medicare PPO, Care Improvement Plus. Okay? And there are many other plans out there, but right now those are not the plans that we work with. However, okay, you might be saying, oh man, my plan isn't on there. Well, you know what? New plans are continually being added. That's one of the things that our CEO, Mr. Irvin Gilbert, is continuously doing, going out there and securing new plans. So they change from time to time. So please get yourself into the process of getting your paperwork, your scope of appointments, and things of that nature. Get those done, and maybe put that in a pending file. And what I tell folks that that don't qualify right now is, hey, listen, as soon as your plan becomes available, I will definitely let you know. All right, so something else that's really cool, and you'll find this happening when you become an AFFA advocate, is that people are going to refer other folks to you. And that is great. We encourage our clients to refer other family members and friends so they can get this important information. However, we actually are not able, as the AFFA advocates, because of compliance issues, we can't go out and reach to the people. Like, you might say, yes, my auntie should do this, and my cousin. Yes, that's great. Have your cousins call us. And that's great, because if you're an AFFA advocate now, you actually have people sending you referrals, folks that are pre-qualified, and say, yes, it's okay to call, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, just think about how many people can utilize this information. How many people would want to get a preventive head start, family? Okay, so here's the thing. In overview, here's what we do. Here's the process, okay? And we're always looking to fine-tune the process. We're currently fine-tuning the process as we speak. That's why I said earlier, in terms of us ready to take off, because the process is being fine-tuned. And here's how it works. So if you can do this, okay, in a compliant way, then you might want to work with us with AFFA, okay? Because in order for us to meet with the client, the first thing is we cannot solicit, we cannot cold call. So we simply have a form called a scope of appointments. Okay, so the people that we're intending to talk to about this genetic cancer testing, that's just a simple form saying, okay, yes, I know this is what we're going to be talking about. Because if we're dealing with Medicare, we honor our seniors, folks, and we don't want to rush folks. We don't want to hard sell folks. We want to calmly, pleasantly give them information, all right? So once the person has that and says, yes, I'll be more than happy to meet with you, okay? And we simply check what their Medicare plan is by going to a website, okay? And we actually have them fill out a questionnaire about their health history and just sign off authorization. We simply send that paperwork into AFFA. AFFA will take that paperwork and they will process it. At that point, they're going to send you out the information that you're going to need to complete the process. Okay, so far we pretty much got the permission. Now AFFA is going to send you different things. If you do not have an iPad or a smart device, you can request one from AFFA, and that will be provided to you at no additional cost, okay, than your startup enrollment cost. Okay, we're going to talk about what that is in a few minutes. So you're going to get the medical iPad or the smart device if you need it. If you have your own iPad or smart device, then you don't need that. So why do we need a smart device? Well, instead of you having to walk through the process by yourself, you will be connected through your tablet with a teledoc program. So you will be actually able to speak with a clinical admin that is local into your city, state, or region that will actually help walk you and your client through the process. What's the process? They will verify the client's medical coverage, okay, and they will verify if the client can move forward to the next step. What's the next step? The next step is to actually speak with the clinician, okay, who is the medical professional. Remember, you're not a medical professional. I'm not a medical professional. We're not giving medical advice. We're simply educating people about these tests and helping them to pre-qualify so that Medicare can pay for it and our clients pay zero out of pocket. Very simple, okay? So when the clinician comes on, the clinician is going to give the authority. Yes, this person qualifies to take the test. Or no, this person does not qualify to take the test. Once you get that okay, then they will walk you through, either you or your client, how to do a mouth swab. Now, it's a specific process, but guess what? AFFA has training videos to show you how to do that, and the clinician can walk you through how to do it also. Once you do the mouth swab, you just package that up and you send it in to AFFA corporate. All right? And guess what? That gets processed, and once it gets processed, you actually get compensated for doing that. The client gets their results, they communicate with their medical professionals, and you get compensated for putting that together and hopefully saving a life. Man, I get excited every time I talk about it, just thinking that we're involved in this process and we can help save lives just by getting out there and spreading the word. But you know what? I like to shift gears for a second, and I've actually asked someone, because every week we like to bring on someone that's out there in the field, that's out there just making it happen. Okay, and we've asked a gentleman that's been around for some time now, and for some time, we're talking, a handful of months or so. But this gentleman is a pastor out of the San Antonio, Texas area, and hopefully we have him on because he has an awesome testimonial, folks, about actually not only growing his agency by being a blessing to others, but what he's doing for his own financial blessings. Okay, so Pastor Dan Walker. Hey, Pastor Walker, hold on one second.
Unmute themselves.
Okay, Pastor Dan Walker, if you are on the line, can you please unmute your phone by pressing *6? Okay, Pastor Dan, we'll give him a minute.
Mr. Chapman, can you hear me?
What we're going to do is,
Mr. Chapman, can you hear me?
oh yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Sorry about that. I know that I know that you were excited to share. So hey, Pastor Dan, Dan Walker Jr., thank you so much for joining us. Can you please? Okay, hold on. The only one that should be unmuted now is Pastor Dan. Thank you so much. So if you unmuted yourself, let's mute you back up. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So Pastor Dan, can you please share with us your testimonial this with the AFFA family about what you're doing, your mission, what you're doing in terms of blessing other people with what you have access to through AFFA, sir.
Hello, Mr. Chapman. Can you hear me good now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yes, indeed. Yes, thanks for allowing me to come on.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Thanks for allowing me to come on this evening. It's really great and a real blessing to be able to come on. First, let me send out a big shout to our CEO, Mr. Gilbert. Thankful for him for instituting this great program. I started back in August after an invitation from a very dear friend of mine, Pastor Jerry Daly. He sent me a text, and he said, "Dan, I need you to look at something." So I took a look, and sometimes we look at things and we're a little bit hesitant, but I took another look. And after hearing Mr. Gilbert a couple of times with such an awesome presentation, I decided, yes, this is for me. And I realized the fact that on both sides of my family, there's cancer. Even my dad had cancer. So I said, I need to look at this so I can possibly be a blessing to somebody else. Share this great information, reference genetic cancer screening. So I went to work. And within a couple of days, the Lord had blessed me to be able to recruit a couple of people. And currently, I'm up to 6 recruits personally. But in my agency, I have about 31. I thought I had 28. But I took another recount today, Mr. Chadman, and I'm down to 31, up to 31. And I have 3 pending even as we speak right now. This is exciting. AFFA, FAA advocates. This is an exciting program. It's been good. It's been interesting to me to speak to folk about this great plan that has been put in action for us. And thank God that the headquarters here is right here in San Antonio, Texas. I would like to say also that I would just like to encourage somebody to not become discouraged. Do not become discouraged just because things are not moving as rapidly or as fast as you would like for them to be. Everything is done not in our time, but in God's time. And sometimes we can run too fast and we can lose what really is right in front of us. I'm grateful again to be a part. Mr. Chadman, I said a big shout out also to Ms. McConnell, Reverend Stan Williams, and again, my sponsor, recruiter, Pastor Jerry Daly. Thank you so much, and let's keep plugging after it, AFFA advocate. God bless you.
Awesome. Hey, don't go anywhere, Pastor Dan. I just have so much. I want to thank you because I saw this program later on, and if it wasn't for you and other folks that really took it when it was nothing, when it was just an idea, then we wouldn't be here right now. So thank you so much for hanging in there and doing what you do. And I know that folks are waiting, in terms of the payouts and the pay periods, and we're gonna talk about that at the end. But you did tell me that you had some production sent in already, right? And you had some more in hand. Just let us know personally in terms of what you have in the home office waiting to be processed. No, a matter of fact, I know you have some that you're going to collect tomorrow. How many appointments do you have set for tomorrow, sir?
I don't have any direct set for tomorrow, but I have 3 pending SOAs to get filled out. I have 3 completed. I've received my kits. I've received my my username and password. I'm just waiting right now to receive my tablet since I found out that my phone is not going to work. But I know that that's coming. I have confidence and faith in the company, what Mr. Gilbert has presented to us. We're just moving like wildfire. So, and I know that everyone is busy. So I'm patiently waiting, and that's what I really want to encourage everyone else to do. Also, I have 3 recruits that's pending, Mr. Chadman. So that's where I'm at right now.
All right. Thank you so much. And hey, patience definitely is a virtue. We definitely congratulate you on your success, and the other advocates in your agency, guys. And it's so important because a lot of people say, what, Mr. Chapman, you need to give some more sizzle. You need to sell to people. You need to razzle dazzle. No, I don't. I'm sure a lot of you all are like me. You're sick of those type of presentations. You just want to find out what it is that's going on and what the potential is, what the income is. How can you provide for yourself? How can you take care of other people? How can you get some time freedom and things of that nature? If you're going to help people, hey, why not get compensated? And this is what I want to share with you. Our 3-tiered compensation plan. Want to let you know right now that this is not MLM, is not network marketing, is not a business opportunity. As Mr. Urban Gilbert always shares, this is a high-paying job, and take a look at it as that. And we want to run through and just take about 2 to 3 minutes to go through the compensation plan and actually close this overview so that we can move on and give some updates. All right, so the compensation plan, absolutely phenomenal. I want you to think about what Pastor Dan just talked about, because each time you complete a swab, or for someone that has a personal history, so they can get the genetic cancer test done, that AFFA will pay you $700 for each completed swab. And for each completed swab, for someone that does not personally or doesn't personally have cancer or had cancer, but has a family history of cancer, then you're going to get compensated $700 for the completion. You might be like somebody like me that says, you know what, I want an opportunity to go out there and make an income all on my own. I heard Pastor Dan talk about recruiting. I don't want to recruit. I want the opportunity to go out there and work what I want to work, and every person I help have earn $700. Well, just think about this. Pastor Dan has 3 in already. He has 3 pending. When he goes and takes care of those 3 pending, he could do it in 1 day. Okay, that'll be $2,100. He could do it in a week. That'll be $2,100 for that week, or he could do it in a month. Well, just think about this. What if you just had 3 a day? You just did that every day, 3 a day. That's $2,100 a day. That's $10,500 a week. That's over $40,000 a month. Okay. Well, what if you did 3 of those a week? Well, that's $2,100 a week. That's $8,400 a month. That's over $100,000 in income personally. And what if you just did? You said, well, I'm just going to do 1 a month. Okay. Well, I'm going to do 3 a month. Well, 3 times 7, that's $2,100 of income per month. Times 12 months, that's $25,000. Okay. I don't know about you. Okay. But I know with me, I have 2 kids that are finishing up college. Okay. $25,000. I'm sorry, not per month, but per year. Imagine that could go into a very nice college saving fund, or a retirement fund, or a pay down your debt fund, or pay off your mortgage fund, a travel fund, whatever. Okay, so you do the math and think about what your potential is and what you're willing to put in to AFFA. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, not only can you come in here and do that and do personal income, but you might be like I am also. Say, you know what, this is great, but I love helping other people and having them to enjoy in some of this, because they know people that deserve to hear about this, and if they know them, then they should tell them, and let's all get compensated. Well, you know what? We have an opportunity to do that, to actually recruit agents and build an agency. Once again, this is not MLM, this is not network marketing, but you can build an agency and receive overrides. Building an agency is optional, okay? But in addition to the money that you earn, you can earn actually income from helping your agency to grow. Now, this is just an overview. The person that got you and that started will share with you the full compensation plan, but it's some incredibly lucrative bonuses that Mr. Irving has worked out for us, okay? Want to give an incomes disclaimer, an earnings disclaimer. The earnings and incomes that we talk about and statements made by AFFA and its advocates, the estimates of what you can possibly earn. There's no guarantee that you will make these levels of income, and you accept the risk that the earnings and income statements differ by individual. As with any business, your results may vary and will be based on your individual capacity, business experience, expertise, and level of desire. No guarantees concerning the level of success you might experience, okay? Get that out the way, okay? So with the type of income that you can earn, whether it's personally or by growing an organization, the only question left is, okay, well, this looks good, okay, but how much does it cost? And the total cost to get started is $65. Okay, and let me break that down because there's no monthly fee. So please pay close attention. The $65, what that covers, $50 covers your administration fee for you to enter AFFA as an advocate. Okay, $15 is for your HIPAA certification so that you are go through a training and certification on how to handle people's sensitive information. Okay, those are two separate fees, and the sign-up process is automated. The person that has invited you will send you their link in order to sign up, okay, and go through the process. All right, now, but be patient with them because of the phenomenal growth of AFFA, approaching 6,000 advocates, and once again, just a handful of months, the websites are being expanded. So please be patient if you try to sign up or give your link and for some reason it is not up and running. Okay, we're going to give some updates. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the process. It's extremely simple. Okay, and the growth is phenomenal. There's something happening where we have over 1,000 people on each of our webinars and each of our calls. You're here at the right place, the right time. And also, tools are provided. So once you're here, you will get the training and the marketing tools and the PowerPoints and the conference calls, our Facebook media, iPads. All of that is included in you getting started. And all we ask is that you operate with integrity and with a passion for helping other people. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you all to our team, to our AFFA family. Okay, and as a family, we definitely have some housekeeping rules, some things that I want to share with you directly from Mr. Irvin Gilbert, our CEO and founder. Okay, wanted to share these things directly with you. Is that what we're going to it's very important that when you get started with AFFA that you stay plugged in. Our Tuesday night presentations and broadcasts and our Saturday morning AFFA trainings are key to you getting the information that you need. See, the person that sponsored you, recruited you, whatever terminology you're using as you're building your agency and building your advocate base, okay, we have a responsibility to help those people. So as those folks are coming in, some of them are brought in by someone and that person disappears. Well, you know what? If you're one of those people, then know every Tuesday and Thursday we have training here. We have an umbilical cord for you, okay? But also, you will be receiving emails from the company, very important emails. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about right now, the things that Mr. Gilbert wants to make sure we get out to our brand new team members and our existing members, is that the email was sent out today at 4:40 p.m. So please refer back to it. We're asking all of our agency leaders to make sure that you share this with the folks that are joining your agency as you move forward. Okay, these updates, because yes, people are excited. Yes, there's close to 2,000 people on this webinar. Okay. And people are excited, but we're going through some growing challenges, some growing celebrations, like increasing our back office space to incorporate all the folks. Right now, that is in the process of being done. The back office is under construction, okay? So it's going to be spotty. It's going to be sometimes up, sometimes down. We're letting you know right now that just be patient. That is what is happening as we migrate all of our base that's growing every day into the new platform to service all of our needs, okay? So the back office might be up and down. However, the back office is not linked up and has nothing to do with your portal, Okay, so I want to clarify this. Some of our advocates are getting a little confused when they receive information about a username. Okay, let me clarify. Your back office, when we talk about your back office, that is your AFFA back office. And what that is used for, that is used for recruiting the advocates in, because you have your recruiting link, your replicated website links in your back office. So you send those out to help recruit the advocates into your agency. And the back office is also used for now for being able to track your agency, to be able to see the agents in there, to see what your organizational structure is. Yes, they're working on being able to upload information and training and the commission information onto the new back office. So in the future, it's going to have a lot more functions. Right now, the main uses are, once again, to get to your recruiting link so that you can send that out to build your agency, and then to also see your structure. If you have folks that are not showing up on your structure, then you know what? Right on your back office, you can actually submit, and they tell you exactly what information to send in to support. Okay, so that is your back office. Okay, your portal. The portal. What the portal is the portal, you will receive a link and a username for the portal. The portal is what you're going to use to connect your clients with the telemedicine providers. Okay? Very simple. The portal is going to connect your clients to the teledoctors. That is the final step. When you get to that step and you use it and you're using your portal, it's because your paperwork is in, you're ready to swab. This person is, you're going through the process, and you're going through, and once you hear yes, this person's approved, it's like yes, you're saying yes for them and yes for you. Okay, so the portal, that's where that happens. That's where you talk with the clinical admins. That's where you talk to the clinician. That's where they walk you through how to do the swab. That's when your client will sign the signature card. Okay, now relax. There's a training on your portal. Okay, so you're going to get that, but that's the difference. All right, family? And we know there's a lot of new people. That's why we're taking our time to go through this. Okay, also want to let you all know that kits are being sent out daily. Okay, and the kits are being sent out. Many people are receiving their kits. Some folks actually received their kits when they went up to the home office open house, and we cannot get the kits out quick enough, folks. Trust me, I spoke with a gentleman today who him and his organization have 80 SOAs in the system, 80. Oh man, that's phenomenal. Okay, so, and I know some of you all have one, and your one is as important as those 80s. We get it. Kits are on the way. As a matter of fact, just so that you all know, that some members of the Leadership Council are going to be traveling, okay, over the next couple of days to meet up with our medical providers and just, sit down and actually have a working summit and make sure that everything is as it needs to be. And we're just so proud of our Leadership Council that's actually going out there and doing it. And actually, I'm told a whole lot of swab kits are out there, guys. So stay tuned for that. But we know you're waiting on your kits. Once again, these growing pains are phenomenal, okay? Because once we get through the growing pains, man, it's just awesome. And just open up that smooth highway. All right. Oh, something else, folks, on a very serious note, very serious. Please, please, please do not call any labs that AFFA is contracted with. You see, we're not a small organization. We're not 30 or 40 advocates, okay? We're approaching 6,000 advocates. And if just a fraction of those advocates were to call the labs that AFFA has contracts with, then you can see how that would tie up the lab's business. Their business is not to answer phone calls from this company. Their business is to schedule clients, to provide services to their patients and whatever else that they do. So by you all calling and by us calling, we're disrupting business flow. Okay, and those labs call Mr. Gilbert very irate at times. Okay, family, things like that will be grounds for termination per Mr. Gilbert. Okay, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we have to protect this. We can't have a handful of people calling up and harassing the labs, and the labs say, you know what, you guys are unprofessional, not worth the headache. Okay, we don't want to jeopardize that. We want AFFA to be associated with professionalism. All right, folks, so please, let's help, let's monitor this and let's help this move forward, okay, as quickly as possibly and as compliantly as possible, okay, and oh, last thing is, and I know folks have been waiting, in terms of the pay period, when do we get paid? Now, the email today said we get paid every 2 weeks. However, the actual pay periods consist of the 15th and then the 30th of the month. The 15th and then the 30th of the month. So it makes sense and it behooves you, if you have paperwork in, to get the paperwork in, and there is a training that's put together that every AFFA advocate has been emailed that will share with you step by step how to do what the packet consists of, where to send it, the forms that you need, everything. Because the sooner you get those SOAs in, that's what starts the whole process of you getting your kits and everything that you need so that you can complete your swab and get paid. All right, so hey, family, I know it's a lot. However, remember, at this stage, information is critical, and we wanted to give you all the information that you need to move forward. Once again, please stay tuned to the Tuesday and Saturday broadcast. Please stay tuned to your emails. Our agency leaders, please reach out and send reminders and help your agency as they might have questions, as they might need some guidance. Okay, and for the leadership, I want to thank you all for all of your hard work. I want to thank you, all of our folks out there that's taking this to a whole nother level, our crusade against cancer. All right, so with that, we hope this information has been helpful. We hope that the updates have been timely, and we thank you all as you help us achieve the mission of this crusade against cancer, where we can actually help to spread the word and help to save some lives. So we'll see you all on Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time for our AFFA Saturday Family Celebration Call, where you get updates, you get training, and you get the information you need. Thank you so much. This broadcast is officially over.
This session is no longer being recorded.